Nabors, who later became a star with his own television show Gomer Pyle, USMC, died at his home in Hawaii, the website said, citing his office manager. The Honolulu Star-Advertiser reported that Nabors had been in declining health for the last few years. He had entered a hospital on Wednesday for tests and asked to be released to go home, his husband Stan Cadwallader told the newspaper. Nabors' show business break came in the early 1960s when Andy Griffith saw him in a Los Angeles cabaret, singing in a sophisticated, ear-grabbing voice and telling stories between songs in a deep South drawl, and offered him a part on The Andy Griffith Show. Griffith's sitcom, Tales of Down-Home People in a Slow-Moving Southern Town, was one of the most popular on U.S. television at the time, and Nabors' Gomer Pyle character was a hit after joining the cast in 1962. Gomer was the town's rustic, kind-hearted gas station attendant who was given to exclamations of golly and Shazam when he was impressed, as well as surprise, surprise, surprise and shame, 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 depending on the circumstances and stretching each word to several syllables. After 2 years on The Griffith Show, Nabors was given his own sitcom, Gomer Pyle, USMC, with Gomer enlisting in the U.S. Marine Corps. It proved to be a viewer's favorite, sometimes reaching #1 in the Nielsen ratings. As a Marine, Private Pyle was a major screw-up and always at odds with his no-nonsense sergeant. Through it all, he remained pure of heart, sunny of disposition and simple of mind. After 5 years of Gomer Pyle, USMC Nabors was ready for a different challenge and left the show. His subsequent variety show, The Jim Nabors Hour, had a 2-year run and he made frequent guest appearances on other television shows. Nabors was so strongly identified as Gomer that it limited the roles he was offered. His career was helped along by friend Burt Reynolds, who put him in 3 of his 1980s movies, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, Stroker Ace and Cannonball Run 2. In 1986 Nabors revived Gomer for the TV movie Return to Mayberry, a reunion of The Andy Griffith Show, and he kept busy performing in revues, nightclubs, and small theaters. Nabors also appeared in several children's television shows and frequently appeared on friend Carol Burnett's variety show. When he wasn't acting, Nabors was singing in a glorious baritone that made listeners forget all about Gomer Pyle's hayseed twang. He recorded dozens of albums of country, inspirational and religious music, with 5 of them selling more than 500,000 copies. Nabors made headlines in January 2013 when he married Cadwallader, a former Honolulu firefighter and his partner of 38 years at that time, in Seattle show. It's pretty obvious that we had no rights as a couple, yet when you've been together 38 years, I think something's got to happen there. You've got to solidify something, Nabors said of his marriage. And at my age, it's probably the best thing to do. Nabors was born June 12, 1930, and grew up in Silicata, Alabama, where his father was a police officer. After graduating from the University of Alabama with a business degree, he moved to New York and took a job as a typist at the United Nations. From there, he went to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and worked as a film editor for a television station. Another film editing job took him to Los Angeles, where he spent off hours performing at the cabaret where Griffith spotted him. If you're going to put war in your title, you're going to need some battles, and it looks like a group of Avengers are going to be battling some monsters. Spider-Man probably isn't going to die. Sony would be less than pleased with that outcome, but he certainly looks like he's in a tough position when Thanos has him. It's possible, given the ethereal orange glow, that this is an illusion, similar to what Tony experienced in Age of Ultron. Speaking of Avengers in a tough situation, it looks like a member of the Black Order has got Vision down, and is plucking the Mind Stone from his skull. Going by the colors, Thanos obtains at least the Space Stone, blue, formerly the Tesseract, and the Power Stone, purple, previously seen in Guardians of the Galaxy. It looks like the Wakandans were able to heal Bucky up and now he's fighting alongside them. This is kind of a slice L for Black Panther. Remember, that's the next Marvel movie, and it will probably help out to let audiences know, if you're excited for Avengers, Infinity War, you're definitely going to want to see Black Panther in February. We haven't seen a full gathering of Avengers, but it looks like War Machine, Winter Soldier, Black Widow, Captain America, Hulk, Falcon, and Black Panther will be doing some fighting on the outskirts of Wakanda. And this is your big shot. Thor, looking a little worse for wear, meets up with the